got hurt working at Skinny Atlas Country Club. You know, a misdiagnosis, and 10 years later, I was on 27 medications, 360 pounds, and spent a year in a wheelchair. The weight gain and the years of medication, you know, stacked up on me. My higher power decided it was time for me to quit my pain meds after 15 years. 8 months after I quit my pain meds, I started drinking. I went 2 years where I became a complete alcoholic, and then I would walk around the bars and I'd see people walk in and they start talking about brain mush and, oh, they're just, you know, they're never sober. And I started relating with people that had been drinking 30, 40 years, feeling the same way, looking the same way, and I'm like, God, they're walking dead just like I am. We're never sober. I wasn't able to control my drinking. It got much, much worse. And then my life led me to the streets and partying, after parties, living in the bars. You know, to me, I was safe because, you know, here I am, there's no drugs and, you know, there's no Oxycontin, so I'm okay. I'm on a great path. I'm telling people I'm a year sober. Here I am, 2 years sober from pain meds, and they're looking at me like I'm crazy because here I am partying in the bars. You know, 2 days later, I went to mental health, sicker than I could ever be, and I was looking for help there, but I wanted it instantly, and you know, there's only so much someone can do when they don't understand what was going on with me in the first place. I met a young man there, and through my higher power, you know, today I can see the signs, and he was sent to me. He took me to my first meeting at Lakes Church on Genesee Street. Made it through my first meeting barely. After the meeting, the young man said, would you like to go to another meeting tomorrow at Nick's Ride? And I'm like, what's Nick's Ride? And, you know, he's like, oh, 13 South Street. It's a recovery center, you know, set up for a young man that, you know, in his honor that had passed. And, you know, I was so sick, I barely remember any of the conversation, but I remember that I had to get to a meeting, and that first meeting was like finding a little bit of hope. You know, December 7th of 2017, I walked into Nick's Ride for my first meeting. I wasn't comfortable. I was almost ready to walk right out the door. And then I saw this picture of a young man on the wall. And I went up there and looked at the young man. He's 8 days younger than my daughter. From the same city, you know, here we are, 2 different families, and I couldn't imagine what my daughter would go through if I wasn't here. You know, she's been through all this with me. You know, my addiction, my life. I did really well being a father, but you know, I could have done a lot better. You know, the addiction had me, the fear had me, I was just scared to let go. You know, and then when I was able to come here and finally let go, and if I hadn't found Nick's Ride, they saved my life. You know, when I was riding around after I went sober and riding around on my bike, the kids everywhere were just screaming and yelling and like, oh yeah, Eli, Uncle Eli, come on, here we go. And I'm seeing them riding junk bikes or little thing, you know, what they could afford. And you know, I'm like, you need a bike, you need a bike. And so I started taking care of the nieces and nephews. And as I'm getting kids bikes and, you know, fixing their bikes up, you know, they're riding around and they're happy. And you know, all of a sudden we've got a whole troop running up and down Park Place. You know, different areas the kids are out there, they're off the video games. They're not sitting in the house doing nothing but just staring at a TV screen. You know, a little bit of exercise, a little bit of hope, excitement, a dream.
Now I got another one ready for the road.
They have a chance of being whatever they can be. I can have the worst day ever. My car's totally falling apart. You know, flat tire on the bike. Everything in the world's going wrong in my mind, and I'm wondering why I'm doing this. What in the world? This is overwhelming. It's costing me money, time, energy, sanity. And then I get a bike to a family. They open the door, the kid comes out, and he's like, what? Is this for me?
There we go. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Please be safe. Have lots of fun, okay?
Oh, yeah.
but we can get you another bike. I can't get another one of you.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're gonna have fun today.
Yeah.
Be safe. Stay out of the road. Why are you having a phone in your hand? You know the cops are gonna arrest you for that. You can't drive and talk. They're crazy. That's what it's all about right there.